Hi, thanks for joining me today. Do you get the feeling that your stepchild hates your guts? Subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell and I'll let you know every time I post. Well, the reason why your stepchild hates your guts is nothing to do with who you are. They hate your guts because you are partnered to their parent and they still feel devastated by what's gone on in their life before you came along. They haven't got over whatever that was. They're still hurting. But other people, like your partner in the situation, have moved on and they found you and they found happiness. Because seeing you happy with their parent makes them even unhappier and more angry and more cross with the situation that they found themselves in. And they can't get out of feeling this way. Another reason why they can't feel happy is because if they compare your situation with their other parent, the other parent may be unhappy, and then the stepchild can't be happy while their other parent isn't happy. So it doesn't matter what you do or how much you try or what efforts you make to make things good and happy, the child will still pull back because they can't be happy while their other parent is unhappy or while they haven't processed what's happened to them and therefore they can't feel happy. So you're stuck really, and that's often why stepchildren hate their step-parent. There is no other good reason to hate you. This isn't something personal against you. They are grieving a huge thing, probably for the first time in their lives. If they're children or young people, it may be, and highly likely I'd say, that they've never experienced these kinds of strengths of feelings before. They had absolutely no control over what happened to them. And they are having to come to terms with their anger and grief and process what's happened and reconstruct their lives and move on when they don't want to. So if you can look upon it as an indication of how much they're hurting rather than how much they hate you, that can help you be more constructive in sorting this out. It can help if you can work with your partner on that and talk to them about it. It can help if you're on the same page and they too can see how upset and hurting the child really is. Because when the parent can see their child upset, they can indulge them and let the behaviour continue, which really doesn't really help. What you're wanting is your partner to be with you on this and see the child as needing support to get over the distress they feel. And that means calling them out on the behaviour. This isn't time sensitive, so you don't have to call them out on it as and when the behaviour is happening or when they're being nasty or rude. It can be at other times, and you can, in fact, it can sometimes be better at other times when you can sit them down and say, look, yesterday when we were out, this happened, and to be honest with you, we noticed this. Where's that behaviour coming from? And what are you really feeling? And, what can we do to stop this behaviour? Because it's not pleasant for anybody, is it? So can you tell us what's going on? Now, this kind of chat is always quite high risk. It's quite a big leap to do. But ultimately, a stepchild that is hurting wants to be noticed. The reason why they're so angry is because their father or mother have moved on in a new relationship with you and left them behind. And part of their bad behaviour is drawing attention to themselves so that you can think, oh, this needs attention. And so you say to the child, look, this is what we've noticed. And you call them out on it. See what they say. See what they say. You may find that they break down in tears and say what they're really feeling, or they could get really angry and flounce out. I have no idea what they're going to do. But if you can, call them out on it. And if you can, call them out on it with your partner at the same time. Or, if your partner can see what's going on, let your partner deal with it in conversation with them. But leaving it unaddressed and hoping it's going to go away is probably not the best line of action. And then, when you have called them out on it, that's when you can decide what the best thing to do then would be. But it may mean that they may need some therapeutic help. It may need some time with their biological parent one-to-one at regular intervals so that they can sort of feel as though they haven't lost the old relationship they had with your partner as well as everything else. It can mean addressing it with their other biological parent if it's coming from there. It may mean agreeing to have more regular meetings to discuss how they're feeling at regular intervals. Because one of the things about feeling angry is about being unheard. It's likely you know yourself that if you feel angry, one of the worst things that can happen is that nobody notices. And everybody carries on with their life hoping that you're going to become unangry. When that's the last thing in the world you're going to do is become unangry. In fact, the more people don't notice that you're angry, the more angry you're going to become and the more likely you're going to take more drastic action until you are heard and listened to. And it's the same with anger in a stepchild. If you carry on as though sooner than later they'll come round, especially if you carry on being nice, that may never happen. What one needs to do is just talk to them and let them let their anger out. But in order to do that, you first have to recognise that this is not about you. We run workshops, sessions, an email response service, and we write booklets. Look in the description box below for links to our social media and website.